There's beauty on the other side of struggle. There are lessons on the other side of failures. I have not been painting that long, but it's been such a joyous journey. I'm trying to go after my dreams, but no one ever said it would be easy going after your dreams and going after creating a life you love and creating beautiful things takes hard work. It's been a joyous journey and I love every second of it. Even the hours I spend on paintings that end up not being so great. In art, they always tell you, finish the painting. Sometimes halfway through a painting, I've already decided this is not good, but I still finish it. I want to invite you to choose to see whatever journey you're on as a joyous one. It's not going to be 100% perfect all the time because you wouldn't want that. You don't learn anything when everything is just fine and perfect. You learn when things don't go so great. You learn to push through when it's hard, when you're not enjoying a painting, when you know at the end of this, I'm not gonna like this painting, and I already know that, but I'm still gonna finish it. Choose to see that process as a joy. Choose to see that process not as wasted time, but as necessary training. Because it would be easy for me to say, I wasted so much time looking back over all of the paintings that I did in the very beginning. Paintings that now I think those are so bad. It could be so easy for me to say, look at all that time I wasted. Look at all those hours I wasted. Look at all that paint I wasted, supplies I wasted. But it wasn't a waste because I enjoyed it. So for my first collection, I was asked to do a set of 4 peony flowers. But I didn't just want to do peonies. I wanted to have something in each of those prints that would be a whimsical element to it. So I decided I was going to do butterflies. I didn't want to do a butterfly that had already been done before, and I kind of wanted to create this fairy tale butterfly not based on anything that exists. I think I practiced about 20 butterflies over and over and over again. It got to the point where I was like, I'm wasting paint. I need to go to the iPad and practice. And I just kept doing more. And one night when I was practicing the butterflies, my mom came over to our house and she was like, honey, you need to stop painting butterflies. She was like, how can you look at the same thing and say this one's better than the last? But you have to trust your vision enough to know I'm not there yet. Keep reaching toward it. It took me about 2 days of painting to get to this butterfly. It took me so long, but it's so worth it because I really enjoyed the experience and I made people happy. I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude every time someone purchases a print that I made. But I remember all those butterflies I had to do to get to this one, and I'm like, you know what? All worth it. And when you're doing what you love, it's not gonna be easy and it won't be quick and it won't be effortless. You're gonna struggle and it's not gonna be there right away, but just keep going. When I do look at how far I have come, even in the short number of maybe 2 years that I've been doing this, it's like, wow, not one of those hours was wasted. It takes 10,000 hours to become proficient at something. It's a lot of time. Please don't rob yourself of the enjoyment by thinking one of those hours is ever wasted. Another example of this would be when I was very early starting out. When you paint the Chinoiserie style, you paint with 2 brushes in one hand. And this is the brush that has the color, this is the brush that has the water, and it shades everything for you. So I was almost done with this one painting. In the beginning, I would take longer to do a painting because I wasn't as good at it yet. It was about 3 hours into this one painting, and I dropped the paint-filled brush smack dab in the middle of the paper. I screamed. Steven was like, what's wrong? I was like, it's ruined. So devastated because I was like, I wasted this whole evening on this. I wasted this time, but I didn't waste it. I reached out to my very sweet friend Diane Hill, who is an amazing artist, and she's just launched a line of fabrics. Go buy all of her wallpaper, her artwork, her prints. They're incredible, but she's also a really sweet girl, and she's been sort of a mentor to me. And so I immediately texted her like, look what I've done. She's in London, y'all, so I'm gonna like do that accent when I tell you what she said, because it's fun. She goes, oh, that looks wonderful, just paint a leaf over it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could totally do that. And I framed it, and it's probably always going to be on display in my house, just to like remind me that what I thought was a failure, what I thought was a waste, was actually a really beautiful moment, because I learned something. It was all part of the process that, I mean, my craft needed to go through to get the product that you're gonna want to end up with at the end of the day is going to be the long road, but it's going to be worth it. Just as like a reminder, you actually get more out of the times you fail or you mess up than when everything goes 100% perfectly. It always teaches me something. Let time be your friend. Learn to be patient with yourself. One of my favorite artists, Evelyn Henson, said, my hands are filled with time. Meaning, behind everything that you see that she has done, there's hours and hours behind it. Even the failures or the flaws they teach you, that's the magic of this craft. And that's the magic of life too. There's so many things in art that really do relate to real life. Fight that persistent need for perfection. Let imperfection enlighten you. And just trust yourself that beyond the practice, beyond the shortcomings, lies something so beautiful.